It's not really helpful. They're all the same price.
So what it is giving you? Can we have average and the sum together?
Average and the sum together?
Yes, yes. I want both calculations.
Should I start from the beginning or do you want me to continue from here?
You
that's
start from the beginning.
just
Just
from the beginning.
yes, ungroup it.
Okay.
I want item wise total quantity sold as a sum and an average, both.
Total quantity and average. Okay, so now item will be total quantity, sum of quantity, and then wait. All right. You want Did that change anything? No. Let's see. Oh, I have an idea. Yeah. Okay, and then do the average of quantity. How does that look?
The quantity
right.
and the average is same.
It is the same.
And printer is coming multiple time. Why? Printer should come once, huh?
Oh, you're right. So let me see.
You can do this, Dan. Easily you can do this. Just concentrate on the grouping form. Ungroup all. Ungroup all. Once more. Yes. Now go to the group by. Group by. Be there. Click on advance. Click on advance. Just read the entire form carefully. Don't do anything right now. Just read it entire carefully. What is there?
Is this what I was skipping right here?
Yes, you are
Aggregation.
skipping this.
Okay,
You
so
just add a group on. Here is an item. Here item.
yeah,
Click
so
on date. Choose
I
item. Add aggregation. So one for make it one for sum, one for count. Average. Right
average.
here average. Right here average.
Okay,
And write sum instead of count.
and then here, oh, instead of count.
Yes.
So,
Then go and operation should be sum.
sum.
Operation should be sum. Yes, instead of count rows, make it sum. In first one.
Sum.
And in the second one, make it average. And in the column, choose a quantity, both.
Very important to see all the options.
Yes.
See here. There it is.
I hope you understand this.
Very clear. I appreciate that, JP. So
now actually sometime what happens, we learn something, but we need to explore also. Because when we explore, everything is there in form, everything. For example, when I did this, which one? This split one. So we have to explore this also, no?
right. I was thinking about that.
So when we are using this, add a suffix, add a prefix. So if you want to add something here, so add a suffix, prefix. So what prefix you want to add? Let's suppose I am adding Mr. Are you getting the point? If you want to add something or add a suffix or prefix, that is again, we do not need to go anywhere. That is available in format also. So we did all this option in one way. We did all this option in a one example.
Right.
I hope grouping is clear, transpose is clear.
Yes, it's very clear. Very clear.
Do you know what is a pivot?
Pivot.
Yes. What is a pivot table that you create in Excel?
I can't say that I know. I'm starting to think Power Pivot. I'm like, we're talking about data modeling, or
No, Power
but
Pivot
no,
is data
but
modeling.
you're just saying a pivot in Excel.
I'm talking about pivot in Excel. I just take the example of yours that you take is for the grouping. I copy on the group, take the data to outside, double click on that. I'm in Excel. I'm just explaining you pivot because we are doing how to pivot and how to unpivot. Fine. So when I click here and I want to create a, actually pivoting is just a summarization of the thing. For example, this is my data. I need to create a report out of that. I use pivot table. So I click here. I'll go to insert. I click on pivot. Click on OK. So my data is here. I say I want to see item wise quantity sold. So it is coming there, which you are doing in a grouping. Then when I drag quantity once more and I just right click on that, instead of sum, I'm doing an average. The same thing you did in Power BI.
This is group by, yeah.
This is a group by, we did in the Power BI, no? Now, let's suppose this is a transactional data and this is a summarized data. So if you have a transactional data, you can create a summarized data by using a pivot table. Are you agree with me?
I agree.
Fine. Now, let's suppose I have a data which is in a pivot. I do not have transactional data. I have a pivot data. This is my pivot data. Fine. I want to unpivot it. I want to create a transactional data for that. Transactional data in the sense, Midwest Jan, this value. Midwest Feb, this value. Midwest March, this value. And so on. So this is not possible in basic Excel. This is possible in a Power Query. How we can do that? I just give you example for that. Give me a minute.
Mhm.
I go to Power BI. Now I am going to open the data, get data. What is this? Excel. I click on to the pivot data. That's why I've taken all this data, unpivot data, and click on open. Then I click on and then click on open. So my data is there. In the sheet 1, I have this data. I click on transform. I need to unpivot that data. So look at here, I need to create a transactional data. It is not a transactional as in tabular data. It is a pivot table basically. Fine. So I need to unpivot it. So how can we do that? I go to the transform. There is an unpivot and there are 3 options in unpivot. Unpivot columns means selected columns. Unpivot other columns. It means unpivot other column than selected column. Unpivot only selected columns. So you do not require every column to be unpivot. You require only selected column. So you have 3 choices. So what we can do, I just click onto that anywhere and I say unpivot columns. Not working properly. It's the wrong approach. So I need to unpivot what? Either I click here or I say unpivot other columns. So other than this should be unpivot. Look at here, we'll get the unpivot other columns. We'll get a transactional data in a proper tabular form. I undo that. If I say I click this by using a shift key or control key, sorry. I have this data, I selected that. Now I'll choose which?
Selected columns only.
Only selected columns. Then you get the same data. So either you select one and say other to be unpivot, that other to be unpivot, and similar thing happens. I hope you understand this.
Yeah.
So this is an unpivoting. Unpivoting means we do not require summary. We require the transactional data. Now we do not have a summary. We have this for one record. Midwest Jan, this is a value. Midwest Feb, this is a value. So you can change this attribute by writing here month. And by clicking here, you can say sales. And if you want to create a pivot this, so what you can do, you can select this too and make a pivot column. Value column is what? Value column is sales. You want some? Yes. Okay. So you will get that again. Are you able to see that? I am getting that again.
Yeah, I see it.
So this is pivoting and unpivoting. I repeat, you can create a pivot out of an unpivot data and you can create an unpivot out of a pivot data. So pivot is basically the summary of the data and unpivot is a transactional data. I hope you are understanding with this concept, no?
Yeah.
Unpivoting means transactional data, tabular form data. And pivot means we have a summarization of the data. Look at here, look at the icon of pivot. You have a big data and you creating a summary. And here is an opposite. You have a summary and you are creating a big data. That icon represent everything, no?
Yeah, it looks exactly what the that procedure looks like. You go from small to big, big to small.
So I just close this, and please pivot it and unpivot it by yourself. Control is already with you. You can try this.
I also noticed that so pivot tables are not recognized as tables; they're recognized as sheets on Power BI. It's just a random thing I noticed.
You go to the transform. Yes, then is an unpivot first. Acha, I just make a selection for you if you want. I press the control. You press the other February, March. You click onto the February, March, April, and move here till July. This now you can go unpivot selected column with the drop down. Done.
And then if I pivot, it goes back, right? Okay. I want to do attribute. I didn't change the name, that's all. What happens? Nope.
Value. Click on OK. Get that.
There it is.
Yeah, back to the unpivoting. No.
Yeah, back to the pivot table. This is the pivot table, the summary table.
Okay, I'm processing. You got that. I have given you one task yesterday, that entire architecture. Have you tried that? You work search on the Google.
What? I'm sorry. Oh, my homework. No, I forgot. Where is that? We're supposed to look up. Hold on, I have it here. Oh, shoot.
You have done that?
No, I forgot to do it. I'm so sorry.
No worries, no worries. Do it tomorrow. Do it tomorrow. I will check tomorrow.
Tier architecture.
Just do entire architecture.
Mm-hmm.
So just undo that all steps and repeat it once again, because we are going to do this again in one example, so you will not get confused again. That's it.
Okay. So
you received this one, so you do that. Now without other than selection, do the reverse of that.
The reverse of
you choose the unpivot the selected now. So other than selected, you choose now.
Okay. Oops.
No, you click on that.
That was a
Undo,
nice-
undo it, undo it, undo it.
You want to go to region. Okay. I'm going to hit here. Did I freeze?
Great.